I don't know why was feeling like the giggles came on to me. Hey guys, this is Ann and Tragan, and I'm just super excited to finally be here to announce the release of the Child Custody Masterclass. Okay, this thing has been a labor of love. And the reason why we wanted to take so long to make sure that, what we're, sharing with you is because we're very responsible. We feel like we have to be, we're committed to giving you the truth. And so we have to be careful because we know that a lot of you out here don't really have a full understanding of the fraud. But here's what we have uncovered. All of the benefits that you've been looking for. I know that some of you are aware of the fraud, but you didn't know how to prove it. Well, this masterclass has all of the proof, all of the evidence, all of the templates, all of the notices that you need to send to prove the fraud and get your children back. So it's all been under the guise of a contract that was unrevealed. Okay, so we have the tools, and if you are committed, you can win. You will be successful. And then on the back end, we have a network. Okay, that's going to be in the video description box. We talk about you joining us, the network, under the PMA. And we have a mastermind that we meet once a month, every month. And you will be surrounded by like-minded people so that we can continue to support each other to win. Okay, so that's pretty much what's happening here. We just wanted to be very meticulous, very cautious, very, very, careful as to how we release this information, because we know that there are some people who don't understand enough or who like to tweak and change things. Can't be responsible if you change and don't follow the instructions to a T, to a letter, like seriously. But if you do follow the instructions and you do launch your notices, these people are going to be cornered, okay? The right people, let me just say that, the right people are going to be cornered, and they won't have a choice but to return your children, okay? And we have something for them if they don't, okay? So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. If you had something to add, I'm sorry, I kind of rambled on. But it's passion, man, passion.
No, I just want to say this has been 3 years, like Ann says. It's been a labor of love of mine, because I genuinely believe that God doesn't make mistakes where he wants his children to be in their creations. And I put a lot of work and a lot of research and a lot of time to come to, I've been on a search. It's literally taken me 3 years to find the evidence to support the fact that not only that we're bound to a contract, where the contract is, and who actually signs up in trade agreements for the contracts. So now we have that in our hand, and we know exactly who the players are, and we know exactly who initiates these contracts, and we know who to go after. And this is profoundly important, because this is going to put them in a very, very bad cornered spot. There's nothing they can say to deny that what we're throwing at them. And there is absolutely no real valuable defense that they can make for their actions that they've done over the several decades that they've been doing it. It makes them look really ugly. It makes that stigma a parent has is now going to be removed from the parent, and we're going to reverse it and put it on them. And that's kind of what I designed the documentation to do, is to remove that stigma. That embarrassment that they've made people feel is probably the most egregious part of things. So we're going to reverse that. And now we can put that stigma on them, because there's, like I said, there's just no defense. There's nothing they can say to deny. There's nothing they can say that would give a good excuse for what they've done. And knowing who the stakeholders are, knowing who the owners are, basically, this is not going to make them look good. So it's very good. I hope everybody is able to come together, like you're saying, in a network too, because there's always strength in numbers. You always want to kind of stick together and no matter what we're doing. And as you guys learn and get the information, we're going to have a support group so that we can all share and discuss and support and help each other through it so that everybody's on the same page.
All right. We are ready to reverse engineer this mass fraud and bring these children home and start reuniting, families and making people whole again. So that's been the dream, and this has been just an exciting, to finally be able to release this, into the wild, into the public, and make sure that everything was well documented and to a point where everyone can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just wanted to make sure that once we release this information, it's out of our control, to a certain extent. And so we just wanted to do as much as we could to make sure that everything was accurate. And if you follow the instructions and follow the directions to a T, you are going to succeed. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for people to get out there and just get it into the hands and get it out into the mail and start receiving the responses, and start getting your children back and closing these cases down. What can they do? Call all of us crazy? They can't do it. So, yeah, I just can't even express the joy. I mean, I have tears of joy, honestly, that I'm holding back, that I'm actually holding back, because this makes me so happy to know that we finally have the evidence to corner them and get these babies back home. Oh, it's just a dream come true.
There's no more mystery behind their actions. It's all been revealed.
It's all revealed. It's all in the notices. You just have to send these proper notices that we carefully constructed. I typed them up. I sent them to Trey, and she was like, "Oh, okay." And then she she beefed them up. Lord, you guys, when you see this, you'll see why I'm so excited about getting this out into your hands. You'll see. This is what you have been waiting for. If your children were stripped from your lives, this is what you've been waiting for. It's time for payback. They're done. All right. That's all we have for you guys. Hopefully we'll see you in the PMA, in our network of support, and we'll see you in the masterclass. Bye now.